Good evening and welcome to Viking Radio Theatre's Holiday Special. This is our last episode of 2018, and we bring you all sorts of moments to make your spirits bright as we move forward into the coming year. A special thank you to the many other clubs and the associated students we reached out to for this episode and others this year. And we hope to work with other clubs as we move forward with our 5th season. When the months are at their coldest, we bring this episode to warm you up like a nice plate of roasted carrots. So sit back, relax, and engage your imagination with Viking Radio Theatre.
Wow, that was an absolutely fascinating report on carrots. Looks like it's time for us to switch over to our field reporter, Cecil Snowden, who has some useful tips for fighting through the cold this holiday season. Cecil, how's it looking out there?
It sure is cold out here, Anne. Of course, it wouldn't be quite so bad if I had noticed the PM on the schedule. That's right, Anne. I've been standing out here waiting to go on air for over 12 hours now.
Gosh, Cecil, didn't you head back once you realized?
Oh, I tried, Anne. But after standing out here waiting for the crew to show up for the first hour, my shoes froze to the ground.
Did you try taking them off?
I did, but the laces had frozen in place as well. And I hadn't brought my pocket knife.
Oh my. Well, I'm sure the crew can help you out.
I certainly hope so, Anne. The snow's now frozen solid up to my shins, and I don't like the looks they're giving each other.
All right, well, we'll let you get back to that for a bit, and we'll check back in soon.
For our first piece tonight, our very own Cora Sheilds wrote and directed Beans.
It is a winter afternoon, somewhere in Washington. We open on a family-owned but not operated bookstore, sandwiched between a gourmet hot dog / froyo restaurant and a pet boutique. The large front window proudly declares, Beans Books, in a somewhat fancy script, and the wooden door boasts a somewhat fancy handle and a customer warning bell. The computer at the front desk is outdated. Most importantly, there is a bell on the desk. Beans is not busy today. 2 employees at the front desk make small talk over a plate of homemade holiday cookies.
How was your weekend, Shane?
It was alright. I mostly just sat around and played video games. How was yours?
Nice. I went to a concert.
That's pretty cool. Who was playing?
Carsey Headrest. It's been a while since I've been out, so it was kind of nice just to go watch some live music.
That's really cool. I haven't heard of them. What genre is that?
They're an indie band. I wouldn't be surprised if you hadn't heard of them.
Who is it?
My mom. It's probably nothing important, but I should take this.
We aren't busy. I'll be good out here if you want to talk to her in the break room.
You're the best.
I'm not Employee of the Month for nothing.
Now alone, Shane shoves an entire cookie into her mouth. At the same moment, the customer warning bell rings.
What's that? No.
Shane does what any normal person who just shoved an entire cookie into their mouth and then sees someone they'd recognize would do. She hides behind the front desk as the customer starts to browse the YA section.
Maybe that isn't really her. Maybe I'm just crazy.
Shane peeks her head up from over the counter to check and quickly ducks back down.
Nope, that was definitely Ada. Shoot, what do I do? What do I do? What would Judy Garland do?
Nearly 10 minutes of this have gone by when Luke returns from the break room.
Shane, what are you...
Shane pulls him behind the counter with her.
What?
Shh.
Meanwhile, the customer's found a couple of books and brings them to the front desk. However,
Hello? Is anybody here?
it looks like no one is at the front desk.
I suddenly feel like I'm about to stumble onto a dead body.
Despite her reservations, the customer approaches the front desk and plops her books down on it. She looks around, hoping to see an employee. Instead, she sees the bell. She taps the bell. Luke starts to get up, but Shane stops him, glaring. The customer taps the bell again. And again. And again. And then she does what any bored college student would do and starts to tap it without any pause in between. Until a hand shoots up from behind the counter and places itself firmly on top of hers so that she has to stop.
What the?
Shane emerges from her hiding spot.
Can I help you?
Where the heck did you come from?
Under the desk. I was having a private conversation with my coworker.
Uh-huh.
In sign language.
Right.
Luke too emerges from under the desk. He signs something somewhat rude to Shane, then leaves to go organize some shelves.
See?
Sure.
So how can I help you?
Ada gestures to the books on the desk.
I'll ring you up.
Thanks. Do you guys have gift wrap? These are for my sister and she's home and I don't want her to see them yet.
Yeah, we do.
Great, thanks.
No problem.
There is an awkward silence.
That'll be $47.90.
Ada fishes through her wallet and hands Shane a card.
Debit or credit?
Credit. Say,
Here's your copy of the receipt. If I could have you sign here, please.
Ada obliges and hands the receipt back.
Thank you. Would you like the gifts wrapped individually or together?
Individually, if that's not too much trouble,
It's not trouble at all.
Do I know you?
I don't think.
Because I'm pretty sure we've met.
I'm pretty sure we haven't.
I'm pretty sure we have. You have a very distinctive hair color.
Do I?
Yes.
I still think you're mistaken.
How do I know you?
You don't.
I'm sure I do.
I'm sure you'd.
Were you at Jamie's party? You were. You totally were.
I have to grab something from the back.
No, you are not going anywhere.
But
You were the gal at Jamie's party. It was the Wednesday before school started because Jamie thought a Wednesday party couldn't get out of hand. It did anyway, of course. In the mess, I lost the people I came with. You tried to help me find them, but we gave up after 10 minutes and just chilled on the couch. We shared a seat cushion because there wasn't enough space. You kissed me, and I had a boyfriend, and I forgot to get your number, and I don't know why I'm saying all this. You already know what happened.
yeah, I do, Ada.
So you're not denying it anymore?
What's the point?
Ada shrugs. Shane hurries to finish wrapping the last book.
Here you are. Have a great afternoon.
Thank you, you too. Thank you, you too. Hey, is it too late to add a gift card?
Not for you.
We open again on Bean's books the next day. Shane is behind the front desk again, working on something on the computer, as the customer warning bell rings as Ada walks in. She browses the selection of gift cards, picks one, and rings the bell on the counter.
What are you doing here?
Yesterday you said it was too late to add a gift card, so I came back today to get a gift card.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
What?
Can't you just leave me alone?
I'm here to get a gift card, Shane.
Is that all?
What do you want me to say?
I don't know. I don't want to be strung along. I know you have a boyfriend.
Had.
How much on the gift card?
20.
And that was Beans by Cora Sheilds. Voiced by Charles Harper, Jennifer Harbick, Madeline Virtue, and Jacob Torres. And special thanks for music by Ego Arcadia.
Well, that was certainly a story. Now, this seems like a good time to check back in with our field reporter. Cecil, how are you doing?
Well, they couldn't get me out.
What?
The snow has been getting faster and heavier. It is now up to my waist.
Well, hi.
The shovels aren't breaking through, Anne. I fear I may never escape.
Perhaps we should...
Goodbye, Anne.
Cecil! Well, sorry, folks. Why don't we return to our regularly scheduled programming for a bit while that gets, sorted out?
Next, we bring a piece from Viking Radio Theatre past, called Last Wild Places, pulled from the archives and written by Viking Radio Theatre's Julia Rutledge and edited by Tessa Vroom.
What do you do after college? Job hunt for 2 years? Backpack through Europe? Go on a journey of self-discovery inspired by Jack Kerouac? I couldn't make a decision, so I got a summer job right after graduation. Doing a seasonal job in the outdoors seemed like a perfect temporary fix. I applied to work at a research base up in Alaska.
It's so cold that the whole town has to live in a huge apartment complex.
Hey, boss.
Welcome back, Kip. Did you get all those little guys buried okay?
Oh yeah, Big Red gave me some trouble, but eventually.
Sorry, did you say buried?
Once we tag the squirrels we find, we have to take them outside and bury them. They build their homes like that, so they feel safer if they're underground. Also, if we bury them, they're less likely to run up your pant leg.
This is Ian. He's staying with us for a few days. Ian, this is Kip.
Nice to meet you, Ian. Are you here just for kicks?
The higher-ups in Anchorage sent me out here to your guys' facility. I used to work as a bush plane pilot, so I know the area pretty well. So, squirrel research, huh? I didn't think that squirrels were that big of a deal.
Nobody did for decades. But they're a key part of the ecosystem, and we've got no idea how many of them there are out here.
That's why you need new sites, to look for more squirrels?
Exactly. You know of any spots with squirrel activity around here?
There's at least one really good spot in the area that I can think of. Don't know if you've checked it out already.
Kip, can you grab that map?
Ah, here it is. Forest Service Road 4227. Now, not all of it is on this map. It goes out for, oh gosh, quite a ways. I've never been all the way to the end. It might end at the lake that's out there, Lake Teshkai. I used to fly supplies out to the Yupik tribe village on the north end of the lake.
We haven't been that way, no. So, where are the squirrels?
After a while on the road, you'll come to a spot that looks like the end of the road. You'll know it when you see it. I gotta warn you, it's pretty weird out there.
Define weird.
It's nothing dangerous. You just kinda have to see it for yourself.
Could you be a little more specific?
It's all right. Thanks, Ian. We'll give it a look.
But...
Come on, Kip. Let's go pack the rover.
What kind of poor direction cryptic nonsense was that?
I think there's a reason he's retired. We'll still go out there, though. I was planning on checking out that area anyway.
Should we pack overnight stuff?
Yeah, just in case. We don't know how far out that road goes. I'll grab the equipment and let everyone else know where we're going.
Here's the turnoff. What's the road sign say?
Watch for elk, next 80 miles.
Only 80? Ian made it sound like a lot longer than that.
Roads and maps are tricky out here. There's a lot of wilderness that's never been mapped, never even been set foot in.
A lot of Denali is like that, isn't it?
Oh yeah, and Wrangell St. Elias. I've done my fair share of seasons at both. That was back when I was in college. The national parks are great places to work when you don't have your life sorted out yet.
Maybe I'll work there next, then.
Hey, don't worry. You're what? Still in school?
Just out of it. I wanted to travel before I get a real job, but I've got to make money somehow.
Just try not to get stuck in Alaska. There's some weird folk up here.
Like who?
Oh, you know, people who need 100 miles between them and everyone else. Criminals on the run, former criminals who want to start fresh. There's not a lot of law and a whole lot of space.
It's almost like the Wild West out here.
Yeah, Alaska is one of the last wild places left in the world. If you like that sort of thing, it's great. But it really takes the right kind of person, you know?
I don't know if I'm that kind of person. All this space just kind of fills your head up, you know?
That's my favorite part. But you can put on some music if you want to fill those empty spaces.
Let's see what Liam left in the CD player.
Kip? Wake up.
How far out are we?
About 3 hours. I think we're almost to the end.
Are those buildings?
Looks like it. We'll be able to see better when we get around the bend.
They're cabins.
They don't look that old either. This might have been some kind of summer camp not too long ago.
Not anymore, though. Looks totally abandoned.
Let's get out and look around.
I guess this is the place that Ian was talking about.
I think... Oh my god.
What? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of squirrels.
Most of them are going into that cellar there.
Don't make me go in there.
I wasn't going to. We should look around a bit, though.
Judging by the layout of most camps, this big building here will be the lodge.
Good thinking. The lights aren't going to work in there. We're going to need headlamps.
Are you planning on going in?
Some squirrels might have taken up residence. Come on. There's not going to be dead bodies or anything.
You don't know that.
I think that's something Ian would have at least mentioned. There's a good excuse to go in there. Hear that?
Woodpecker flicker, I'd say.
Sounds like it's stuck up in the top floor. I'm gonna go free the little guy. You have a look around.
Yeah, okay. Ugh, weird. This has gotta be the dining area. Definitely was a camp. And the kitchen beyond here. You think they would have picked things up before they left?
Kip!
Ah, jeez!
Jumpy much? I freed the bird. What'd you find?
Food. Lots of canned goods still left.
Would you look at that? We've got our very own backcountry Mary Celeste. What do you say we get out of here, Kip?
Good idea. There's a back door here.
Hey, look, beyond those cabins. The road continues on.
I guess this isn't the end of the line.
Ian must have been too freaked out to go past the camp. We should keep going, though. I don't want to have driven all the way out here with nothing to show for it.
There should still be squirrels in the area. They've just congregated at this camp.
Don't worry, we're not going to tag any of the ones here. We'll just get back in the car.
How are we doing on gas?
Oh, we'll be all right. There's an emergency gas can in the back.
Isn't that kind of dangerous?
I'd rather inhale a few extra fumes than be stranded 300 miles from help.
Yeah, I guess so. So what do you think happened to that place?
Funding probably ran out. Camps are expensive to maintain. It's weird that they would have built it so far from any cities, though. That's gotta be a barrier for campers.
Maybe it was a juvie thing, like in holes. They've got schools that take kids out in the woods to rehabilitate them.
Oh yeah, I knew someone who worked at one of those for a season. She said it was pretty cool, actually, once you get used to the 12-year-olds swearing at you. It's rewarding if you like working with kids.
I think I'd much rather work at any old summer camp than one for itty-bitty criminals.
It's a great program, really. So many kids don't have the opportunity to go out in the woods, even if they live here in Alaska. Just think of the impact the woods has had on you. I know it's changed me. And besides, if you work at a regular camp, it could be overrun by squirrels.
Speaking of squirrels, are we stopping to look for those anytime soon?
Yeah, I'm trying to find the end of the road. That way we can check any spots we see on the way back. If my sense of place is any good, we should be coming up on Lake Teshakai soon.
And there it is.
I am good.
There's a little village, too. Is that from the Yupik tribe?
Huh. Nope, they're on the other side of the lake. I guess this is an old one? I didn't think they'd had a village over here for at least 100 years. At least, that's what one of the elders told me.
Maybe they keep it maintained. It does look pretty old.
I don't know.
This is really cool.
No squirrels so far, though.
I can't believe these are still here after 100 years.
They were well made.
Hey, Leslie.
Hmm?
I could be wrong, but they didn't have satellite dishes 100 years ago, did they?
No, they didn't.
That cabin does. What's hanging on the walls? Those shiny things.
Those are bear traps. Brand new.
Aren't those really dangerous?
Yes, they're also illegal in this state.
Should we check it out?
No, we should not. Don't go any further. Stay away from the tall grass.
You don't think they actually...
Remember what I said about people needing lots of space? Let's get back in the car. We'll find some place to stay the night past the camp.
Is that what it's like out here?
Most of the time, no. 99% of the space out here is wilderness. Then you get things like that every so often.
I don't know if I can deal with that.
It's only for the summer, right? All I ask is that you keep doing your job well while you work for me.
Yeah, I can do that.
Morning, you two. End up staying the night out there?
Yeah.
What the hell was that out there?
Found the camp, huh?
Yeah, what was it?
I'm not sure. You figured it was an abandoned summer camp, huh?
That seemed obvious.
Hey, that's all I know about it. That and there are a lot of squirrels there. I do know one more thing. A guy I knew said that the squirrels are the souls of the campers and their counselors.
Jeez.
Well, thanks for the lead anyway, Ian.
We'll have to try somewhere else next week.
Could you maybe take one of the other guys with you next time?
Sure, but you'll have to come back out eventually. There could be anything out there.
That's what I'm afraid of.
And that was Last Wild Places by Julia Rutledge and Tessa Vroom.
All right, let's check in on that whole Cecil situation again. Cecil? Cecil?
Oh, hey, and the crew got me out, so now we're having a nice warm meal. Oh, and that, Mike, totally deserves a raise.
Mike, where's Cecil? You didn't leave him behind, did you?
Come on, he's a lost cause. Nothing's gonna break through that ice until the thaw comes. We just figured we could take a bit of a break to make sure the same thing didn't happen to us.
Are you kidding me? Get back out there!
Sorry, guys.
You better be back by the time I check back in. All right, on to our next piece.
All right. Well, for this episode of Viking Radio Theatre, we had planned to do the 12 Days of Christmas, Viking Radio Theatre style, but unfortunately, Jen lost the script.
Smooth, Jen. Smooth.
It's on the internet. It's in cloud storage.
You know, I couldn't
Don't be
find
a liar,
it on the Dropbox. I guess, Jen, since we lost it, we're just going to have to ad-lib it, This is a live program. And, you're
Thanks,
first.
Jen.
Since you lost it, you're first.
Yeah,
and
it's
we'll
my
just,
fault.
there's
Make me
4
do
of
it.
us
Yeah,
here for
that
this.
seems fair. It's my
We'll
fault.
just go down.
12 divided by 4 is 3, so we each
get 3.
We only have to make up 3.
So you go first. I'll go second because Cora.
I guess I can go
Charles.
third.
Yep, best for last.
All right. Perfect.
Fine, whatever, sure.
Me.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol,
Well,
la,
I remember
ti,
the
do.
beginning part. So on the first day of Christmas, VRT gave to me.
We can all do that together, right?
Yeah, I think we need that.
Yeah.
So ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
On
the first day of Christmas, VRT gave to me.
A mic that got stuck in a tree.
On
Good
the
job, Jen.
second day of Christmas, VRT gave to me. 2 editors.
1, really.
And a mic that got stuck in a tree.
On the third day of Christmas, VRT gave to me.
3 old scripts.
2 editors.
And a mic that got stuck in a tree.
On the 4th day of Christmas, VRT gave to me.
4 studios.
3 old scripts.
2 editors.
And a mic that got stuck in a tree.
You rock that choice, Jen.
On the
The
5th day of Christmas, VRT gave to me.
5 whole seasons.
4 studios.
3 old scripts.
2 editors.
And a mic
That got stuck in a tree.
Thanks for the support.
Yeah.
On
this
the
You're welcome,
day
Jen.
of Christmas, VRT gave to me. 6 re-recordings.
That's it.
5 whole
Seasons.
4 studios.
3 old scripts.
2 editors.
And a
mic that got stuck in a tree.
On the 7th day of Christmas, VRT gave to me.
7 gag commercials.
6 re-recordings.
5
Whole seasons.
4 studios.
3 old scripts.
2 editors.
And a mic that got stuck in a tree.
On the
The
8th
Day of Christmas, VRT gave to me.
8 tangled wires.
7 gag commercials.
6 re-recordings.
5
Whole seasons.
4 studios.
3 old scripts.
2 editors.
And a mic that got stuck in a tree.
Hope we can edit that.
You could
9.
edit that.
Were we live?
9?
On the 9th day of Christmas, VRT gave to me.
9 pizzas ordered.
Now I'm hungry.
8
That does sound
tangled
really good
wires.
right now.
7 gay commercials.
6 re-recordings since you took my line.
5 whole
Live?
seasons.
This is all live.
4 studios.
3 old scripts, 2 editors.
Stuck in a tree.
On the
The
10th day of Christmas,
VRT
gave to me. 10 actors voicing.
9 pizzas ordered.
8.
Wait, are we?
Did we skip 11?
No.
No, we're on 10.
Oh, I thought we
Got
were on
to
11.
yet.
No.
8
I have
tangled
issues
wires.
with
7 gay commercials.
6 re-recordings.
5 whole seasons.
4 studios.
3 old scripts.
2
What did my voice
editors.
do?
And a mic that got
stuck in a tree.
On the
Now we're at
11th
11.
day
Day
of
of
Christmas,
my
VRT
gave to me.
Whose turn is it?
It's yours.
Oh,
Cora?
okay. 11 bloopers blooping.
Is blooping a verb?
You know, I
is
think
now.
it'll, wait, we gotta move on.
Keep going.
10
9 pizzas ordered.
8 tangled wires.
7 gag. Why is my voice just
6 re-recordings.
5 whole
Whole
seasons?
4 studios.
3 old scripts.
2 editors.
And a mic that got stuck in a tree.
Ready, all grand finale.
On
better make a
the
good one.
12th day of Christmas, VRT gave to me
12 writers writing.
11 bloopers blooping.
10 actors voicing.
9 pizzas ordered.
8 tangled wires.
7 gag commercials.
6 re-recordings. 5 whole seasons.
4 studios.
3 old scripts.
2 editors. And a mic that got stuck in a tree. Well, I guess it was something.
That's it? That's how it ends. Okay. Anyway, let's see if the crew has made any progress on Cecil's predicament. Cecil? Cecil, are you there?
Oh, hi again, Anne.
Cecil! Oh, thank goodness you're all right. How are you doing?
Oh, well, after the crew left, the snow began to slow down a bit, so I was feeling a bit more hopeful when some children came along. They gave me a scarf and a hat, and I was very moved until they tried to stick a carrot in my face. They must have thought I was some funny snowman, just a head sticking out of the ground. I yelled at them to stop messing around and help me out, but they just screamed and ran away.
Gosh.
I ate that carrot, Anne. Right off the ground.
Well.
I can't feel my body, Anne. My face is soon to follow.
But.
Just tell the boss I did my job. I did it real good.
Okay. Looks like we've got to move on with the rest of the programming, but I'm not giving up on you, Cecil, all right?
Hopefully you are all cozied up, because for our next piece, we are going to tell you the tale of someone who was cast out in the cold in Jennifer Harbick's Lost.
Cameron, where are you? I can't be alone anymore. No more. I just can't. Cameron? Please come back. We've had such good times together. I don't think I could have survived 2 minutes out here if you hadn't been with me. Remember how we just sat and watched the ship just vanished into the ocean? All those people that couldn't make it out. But we're still here. Right, Cameron? Cameron! I still have dreams for us, you know. We're gonna start a family. Us, Genevieve, one big happy family. Remember how cold we were until you finally came close? Cameron! You know I can't catch fish on my own. What will I eat? Look, I'm sorry I brought up trying to get back to civilization. It was unfair of me to assume your priorities. But I know now. I know better. Cameron, why didn't you wake me up before you left? Cameron, please. Genevieve? Anyone? Please. There's lots of winds. Cameron! Cameron! Cameron, I'm so sorry for what I said. Cameron, I'm so sorry for what I said. Can you ever forgive me? Genevieve? Mitchell? Look, everyone, I'm so sorry. I thought about going back. I'm sorry. This is my home now. You guys are my family. And Cameron, thanks for coming back. Hey, wait up! This family's never getting broken up again.
Voiced by Jacob Torres, with penguin sounds by members of Viking Radio Theatre.
Now presenting The Night Before Finals, written by Cora Sheilds, Madeline Virtue, and Jared Torres. It was the night before finals, and all through the campus, not a student was stirring, not even in Mathis. The notes were all scribbled without any care, in hopes that the professor wouldn't be there. Out in the library, not in their beds, students could not sleep but studied instead, coming in late, holding a frap, hoping to soon be taking a nap. Out in Red Square there was far too much chatter, but I couldn't be bothered, because only grades matter.
Away to my dorm room I flew for my flash, all the way up to the top floor of Nash. As the streetlights shone, there was no sign of snow, only dead-eyed students at the bus stop below. And what to my wondering eyes did appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a quick check for signs of sobriety, I knew in a moment I was high on anxiety.
More anxious than huskies, our courses are pain. We dream of the day they'll all go away. No English, no bio, no Spanish, no chem. No essays, no homework, not ever again.
From the guy still asleep to the top of the class, all of us desperate, so desperate to pass. As parents are calling their children with pride, the children are wishing they'd already died.
Kids head into class feeling real blue, and although they hide it, professors do too. And then in the screaming, the alarms all go off. The incessant ringing won't ever stop. As I drew in my head and was turning around, the kid who would sleep came in with a bound, dressed in all red, like bloody St. Nick, covered in ashes, the matches still lit. Our finals he shoved in the bag on his back and took them away without any tact.
His eyes barely open, the bags what a sight. It seemed that perhaps he had not slept last night. The hat on his head was set really low. His scruff was beyond a 5 o'clock shadow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a reef. He had a thin face and almost no belly. He shrugged when he laughed, though almost a skelly.
And even though it was the week of the 12th, I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but took all the work, as well as the answer key. My, what a jerk! And laying a finger inside of his nose and giving a nod, the teacher just froze. He sprang for the door, the TA gave a whistle, the teacher just sighed and gave a dismissal. We heard him exclaim ere he raced out of sight, "Happy finals to all, and to all a good night!"
Voiced by Madeline Virtue, Cora Sheilds, Jared Torres, Charles Harper, Jennifer Harbick, and Jacob Torres. Before we conclude this episode, I also want to give a special thank you to everyone who makes Viking Radio Theatre possible. Each person who helped out with this episode found time in the midst of finals week and work to record the last couple parts of this episode to make it possible for your ears this evening. Happy holidays and a happy new year to each and every one of you.
Brings back memories of when I was in school. Well, that's all for today, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in to... Looks like we've got a caller?
Thanks, Mike. Hey, Anne.
Oh my gosh, Cecil, are you?
Anne, I don't have much time.
Cecil!
In a few minutes, the snow will have covered my entire face, and I won't be able to talk to you anymore. Sorry, Mike has kindly dialed you for me and put her phone on the ground.
Well...
I just want you to know that you can send any presents for me to my P.O. box, all right? Happy holidays.
Cecil?
See you in the spring.
Well, there you have it, folks. I guess we are down a field reporter for the season. Boss, we're gonna need someone to fill Cecil's position for the rest of the winter? Yep, fully encased in ice again. Alright, yeah, I'll give her a call when we're done here. Thanks again for tuning in.
And for those little funny pieces throughout our episode about our anchor Anne and Cecil Snowden was written by none other than Jennifer Harbick. Our anchor Anne by Cora Sheilds, Cecil by Charles Harper, and Mike by Jennifer Harbick. And this concludes this episode of Viking Radio Theatre. We're always working hard to produce more content, and this next coming year, we plan to bring you more great episodes produced by students here at Western Washington University. A lot of us are taking a full credit course load and working multiple jobs and still giving our time and dedication to Viking Radio Theatre. We air on KUGS 89.3, KMRE 102.3, and are also on YouTube on our channel called Viking Radio Theatre. And until next time, have a great new year. Thank you.